Hey guys, Dopey's here. So, crypto update has been long overdue, so here's that. I'm gonna go show you guys what's up. So, currently the market is looking pretty stable. We've had a nice little rebound from the lower lows. I hope you guys watched my video a month ago. I was telling you guys that nobody should panic and that it was a great time to start DCAing again. Since then, if we zoom a little bit in, we have seen Bitcoin continuing its bull flag and its consolidation. And as you can see, the last time I posted a video was about here, right after a massive big drop. And I was warning people as the market was going up that DCAing was fine. But if you're opening longs, you should be careful because, of course, these longs come with a liquidation price. And people should be careful not to get liquidated. Well, what I was saying was that there was potential for a double bottom, and that was around here. And I was saying that people should at least wait 1 or 2 weeks before adjusting their positions and waiting for an entry, for a long entry. And what we saw was a nice little head and shoulders. Well, it's not a perfect head and shoulders with the first shoulder here, the head here, and then some kind of a semi-shoulder and downturn. And that actually formed a perfect double bottom here, as you can see. So here we've got first shoulder, the head, some kind of second shoulder, and of course our little double bottom. It's not a perfect double bottom, but well, actually it's quite good, to be honest. And it's a really nice entry point. So I hope you guys took that entry. I actually started opening longs again around here, and of course during this whole phase from this dip all the way through till now, I was DCAing. So I bought some Bitcoin, I bought some Ethereum, and yeah, I also started opening some long positions for altcoins. Doge and Polygon, so Matic, that got rebranded to Pol, were some really good entries. And we can check the Polygon chart if you want, because that was actually insane. We had a massive pump right after the first dip in the beginning of August. I actually entered along here as well. I think it was around here. That then went into massive profits. But as you can see, the drop went even lower than the entry point. So I, of course, closed that long. And now I've re-entered. It was a few days ago, probably around here. Exactly the 3.7 mark. And as you can see, the price is right now at 3.753. So that long is currently about at break even. I'm actually currently awaiting a big pump. As you can see, we've had a big volume spike. Red volume spike here, but that's kind of nice to see because the price hasn't dropped that much. So I'm quite confident that Polygon is going to rip. So if this is the Polygon, the new Pol chart, not the Matic one, but the new rebrand. And as you can see, real honestly, I believe that there's going to be a massive pump since Polygon has been underperforming this whole bull market for at least, well, since the bull market top of 2021. The bear market was really harsh for Polygon, so there's not much downside potential here. I'd love to show you the full chart, but I deleted the other one, and this one is only showing from October 2023, so it's kind of a bummer. The other one wasn't available anymore. But we're still higher than before 2021. So for example, the 2019-2020 bear market bottom. But at the same time, we're still very far away from the all-time high from 2021. I think it was around $3 or something. So we're actually like minus 90% approximately. So yeah, huge upside potential, not a much downside potential, because we're actually at the same lows, even a bit lower than the 2022 bear market lows. So if you guys are looking for a leveraged long, something that is like a 10-20x on some altcoin that might perform more than Bitcoin or Ethereum, I'd say that Polygon is a really good safe bet right now for long position. Same with Doge. I also opened a Doge long, so we can check that out. So here I have the full chart, thankfully. And if we check this, you guys will see. Sorry, it's kind of hard. I'm holding the camera with one hand, so I can't really use the control tab to zoom in and zoom out. But of course, you can see this chart is still massively in profits compared to the people who were buying in 2019 and 2020. And right now, we have seen an amazing bull flag and consolidation after this initial bull market pump. It was the first real pump that kind of held. Well, there was one pump here way back in 2022, but that was midst of the bear market, so you can't really count on that. And of course, it went lower again during the following months and coming months that led to the start of this new bull market and this new cycle we're in. So here again, there's a lot of upside, a lot of potential, and very, very little downside possible here. So it might come all the way down back to about this approximate region, right? That would be around 0.75, so 7.5 cents. But that would be worst case scenario in my opinion. Real honestly, I actually think, so I'm just using the control button with the control tab with my elbow. So I'm actually thinking that I think it's actually going to pop from here. If you guys are opening along, I wouldn't do more than 10 or 20x leverage on these altcoins, and I would also look that you have enough margin so that you can set the stop loss quite low. So right here I would set the stop loss around the 7.5 to maybe 7.5 would be playing it super safe, and if you want to go a little bit more risky, you can try and set the stop loss about approximately around here. That would be 8.2, or even if you're a complete degen, go even higher, which would be around 9.2. But of course, the higher you set it, the riskier it is, because these altcoins are volatile. They can do that in a day or two, so don't get wiped out, people. Of course, market makers and brokers, they love hunting for stop losses, stop loss fishing. So don't keep your stop loss too tight, and trust the process. I think the upside potential here is really huge. Like, I mean, we could easily get back to these levels, if not even pump much, much higher to really get back to all-time high levels, which are at around 70 cents, well, 69, if you guys remember from the 2021 madness with Elon. And yeah, but I mean, real honestly, reaching 22 cents is probably even doable in the next coming days or weeks. We've seen how fast it went way back in February 2024. If you see 24th of February, and we were already there on the 1st of April, or even before the 1st of April. So that went super fast, and it's probably going to go even faster now. Volume's gonna probably pick up. You can already see it picking up. Of course, it went down again since the pump we had in the beginning of 2024. But it's going to pick up again and starting to flash green again. And of course, RSI is looking juicy. The stochastic doesn't really matter in this kind of situation. I wouldn't really rely on that right now. And if we look at the closer time frames, because this is all on the daily, of course. If you go check on the 4-hour time frame, you guys will see that, oh fuck, that wasn't planned. So you guys will be able to see that here we actually have some structure forming, and I love seeing this. This to me is showing weakness to the downside and actually potential to the upside, because as you can see, we had a major drop with a huge volume spike right here, beginning of August, and since then it never really went that low again, even though Bitcoin did, and even Ethereum. Doge didn't, which is super bullish. it's an altcoin, so potentially could have gone even lower than Bitcoin did, and Bitcoin could have bounced from here, while Doge could have gone further down here, and it would be completely normal. But as you can see, there's a ton of strength here, and yeah, it's not really forming lower lows. It's trying to form higher highs. You can also argue that this is again a head and shoulders pattern. In that case, we might come back down to these lows again from beginning of August. But again, the downside potential here is so much smaller than the upside potential. And I would be opening longs here, guys. So for Polygon and Doge, those would be my picks. And those are also what I always put my money where my mouth is. I opened 2 longs, 20x on Doge and a 10x leverage on Polygon. Like I was saying before, I kept in mind that my stop losses weren't too tight, so I've got a bunch of margin on the side that enabled me to set the stop loss lower. I would recommend the same if you're trading on Bybit or any of these crypto trading platforms. On a more traditional trading platform, it looks different, but there I would just go lower with the leverage. And yeah, another interesting thing, my pick that I've been buying spot on my DeFi wallets, of course, my non-custodial wallets would be the ticker Bitcoin. So Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu. And this chart is absolutely schizo. It's absolute madness. But that's exactly what we love. And I really believe that this meme coin has the potential to do much greater returns than just a 10x like Bitcoin or Ethereum would do, or maybe Doge or something like Polygon. Even though Doge and Polygon will probably do more than 10x this bull run, I'm thinking something between 10 and 100x easily. I think that Bitcoin even has potential to do more, so we're talking about 10 to 1000x, those really massive gains, even though it's already gotten quite big. I remember it from 2021, the Binance Smart Chain, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu. This is the Ethereum one on the Ethereum blockchain, which started back in, when was it? I can't really remember by heart, but yeah, I think July 23 is about, June, July 23 is about right. Exactly. So yeah, the NFTs are also probably going to spike up from now. If I were you, well, I know this isn't tradable on Bybit on the perpetuals, so you can't leverage it, but maybe there is some kind of decentralized exchange, trading platform, or even a centralized one that does that. I don't know of any, but I wouldn't trade it with leverage anyways. The volatility is just way too crazy, way crazier than Doge or Polygon, and I would just buy spot. And this is a super great buy, so we're at a really good level. If you guys want to wait on a dip, I wouldn't wait any lower than 66 cents, and even that would be a gift, so that would be a huge stretch. I would rather just buy in right now, either DCA or lump sum. This is a great buying opportunity. And next to that, of course, we've got Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we haven't checked Ethereum yet, so I'm gonna check it with you. So here we also have a perfect double bottom. It's actually even higher than Bitcoin, which is super bullish. I also saw we can also check the Bitcoin dominance chart if you guys want. It's also really interesting. I also saw some really cool stuff on that one. But as you can see, volume has dropped significantly since the beginning of August. The RSI is looking super bullish. We actually have a bearish divergence here. So if I like pull from here down to here, so, and the same thing here, you guys can see that here it was lower and here it's higher. Here it was higher and here it's lower, so it's a bullish divergence. It's showing the complete opposite, and that's really bullish. That's showing that there's huge potential for upside. And even the stochastic looks kind of good for a long, or just buying. And yeah, the head and shoulders pattern isn't recognizable on ETH right now, as you can see, not like on Bitcoin. And if we take a look, we can even see that, of course, the wick was lower, was all the way here. But if we're looking at the candle bodies, we can actually see that these candle bodies close here, and that is a bit higher than the wicks from beginning of August. So it is a double bottom, but it's less significant than Bitcoin. So it's showing strength. It's showing that people are buying up and they're not willing to sell at these levels. They're not panicking, seeing the price dump a second time, going direction double bottom. They're actually using it as an opportunity to stock back up or open some new longs. And as you can see here, we see a tiny little head and shoulders. We're on the 4-hour chart right now. So of course, if you're thinking about the next 4 hours to maybe 1 to 2 days, there might be another little drop, because I see a shoulder, a head, and the formation of a second shoulder, with of course rejections with the wicks, and also, well, rejection and at the same time a lot that's been bought up. This kind of looks like a doji candle, so it might pump from here. I wouldn't open any short-term positions. I wouldn't short here, even if it was just for 4 or 10 hours or something like that. I wouldn't risk it, really. It's way too bullish, and we're just way too low for it to make sense to take the risk of shorting right here. So I'd go long here, definitely. It's a great point to DCA. I actually have some Ethereums long open. I continuously opened them from here till now. I think 3 in total. Like once here when we were dipping, I opened one somewhere here, then another time here, and then another one somewhere here, around here, where we had some further drops. I didn't open any down here. I actually had an order set. It was right here, but it didn't get activated because of the spread. It was like just a few pips, like really just a few dollars, and it really kind of annoyed me, because I was checking the previous wicks, and from this day I actually set some orders, and exactly at the bottom of these wicks, well, I think it was on this day, I was checking the first wicks, the first 2 wicks from the first 2 days from the huge drop, and I decided to put it like exactly here in the middle of both. And of course, that didn't get activated by so little. So yeah, I've got 3 positions open, almost open a 4th one down here, but since I missed it, I didn't re-enter. I'm just keeping my other longs that I have accumulated over the past month open. And these are long-term longs, so swing trades or even position trades that I'd like to keep open for a long time. I actually like to profit on most of the bull run from these longs. As you know, I opened some way back here during the whole Bitcoin ETF news, and even before that. So it was around here. I think it was 2,000 and also 1,400, if I remember right. Where was that? That was actually all the way down. Oh, whoa, that was way lower than I was expecting, yeah. So it was somewhere around here. But of course, I've already closed them. I closed them on the first push. And sadly, I also opened a bunch of new longs. I think it was when we were breaking out from the previous high around here. And those kind of got stopped out at a slight profit when we had the huge dip that I personally wasn't expecting it to go that low. So when this happened, I had to close all of these longs and the other ones that I had open for so long. And now I've basically re-entered the market. So I waited to see what was happening here. And I started opening longs again on these dips. And now I think there's a perfect double bottom. And we're just going to go higher from here. If it is going to go lower again, like I said in my previous video a month ago, I don't think it's going to go lower than this level of 2028. That would be major support. And I even think that honestly it could bounce back again around these levels, so 2,150, way before we even see anything around the 2,000 level. And worst case scenario, of course, would be a dip all the way down back to 1,684 to this level. But real honestly, the chances of this happening are so low for me. It's like maybe I don't know, maybe like yeah, it's basically not impossible, but I'm kind of not counting on it. Like not even 1% chance for me. So even this green level of 2000, I think the chances are so slim. It's not even got a 10% chance or 20% chance of hitting these levels. So we'll see what happens. Of course, just set your stop loss accordingly. I would set the stop loss lower than the 2000 mark. So even if this does happen, that you're still safe as long as they're still open. And if there's a massive bounce, you won't miss any of that bounce. I set mine around the 1900 level for Ethereum. And for my Bitcoin long, I set it around, what was it? I think it was because last month I was telling you guys that there's a possibility that Bitcoin goes down to this level. I'm gonna have to get the other Bitcoin. There we go. This one has the level marked. I know it doesn't. Okay, thought I marked that. Well, I was saying it has a possibility of going down all the way back down here where there's major support, and that would be around 44,000. I said it between 42 and 48,000 because here we have the spike exactly around the 48,000 mark. And I was saying, to me, that would be the worst case scenario. And that would be a major, major chance to open some new longs, leverage longs, and also buy a shit ton of spot Bitcoin. Of course, I'm also not counting on this happening. The probabilities for me are super low. So I think it's probably going to bounce way before that. I mean, there's even a huge cluster here, and we could put a nice level around, safe level around 51,000. So yeah, we saw it. The double bottom didn't even reach that 51,000. It actually bounced around already around 42 and a half. So I don't think it's going to go back down. And if it does, it's more likely to go bounce around 51,000 or even 50,000 instead of 42 to 48. But yeah, of course, you've heard it from me. Worst case scenario for me would be 42 to 48,000. That's also where I set my stop losses around, so that even if we do have a massive wick here going in this region to the top of the spike, that I won't get flushed out immediately. And I think if it does go that low, whether it be Bitcoin or Ethereum or other alts, I think the pump following that and the bounce would be extremely massive and just super quick and super volatile. And we'd probably see like something like a 10-20% pump in the first day after the dip. So it's super hard to catch those dips, except if you got limit orders open and a bunch of different buy orders. So yeah, the best thing to do would be open orders. Of course, hope that they get activated and not just like miss it by a few bucks. So, other than that, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to open up some longs here. And if you're not comfortable with trading and leverage, well, you can just DCA or lump sum on the huge dips. And here would also be a great spot to lump sum, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever. And of course, as I promised you guys, we're also going to check the Bitcoin dominance right here. So, and we can see that Bitcoin has actually really been losing steam compared to other cryptocurrencies. The high was around, what was it? Was that in August or? Yeah, that was beginning of August, right before the huge dump. Ironically, that was exactly the moment where Bitcoin had its dominance high. That was around 58%. And real honestly, as you guys can see, I marked this level of 57.39 like way back. I set this level like a year ago or something, because I was actually comparing with I'm just gonna put it on the daily again. I choose the daily, and as you guys can see, I actually set this level because of what you can see here. I saw a bunch of clusters, whether it be way back in 2017 or in 2018, 19, and even here, perfect bottom way back in 2020, and then we broke it here and fell in 2021 after the bull market top during the bear market. So, well, actually, wait, this was in April, so it wasn't bear market yet, but it was kind of getting bumpy. And that's where we saw a bunch of alts actually hit their all-time high, like Doge and, well, a bunch of stuff, basically. And they actually fell when Bitcoin was rebounding and rebouncing. So, yeah, that's when I set this level. I was way back in the bear market in like 2022, 2023, because I noticed this was probably going to be a potential resistance in the future. And as you guys can see, it's absolutely perfect how it's reacting. And why is it not visible anymore? Did I delete it? Okay. This is just showing the actual price. But yeah, I've been aiming this price for a while now, for at least 1 or 2 years. And, well, price, I mean percent. From this Bitcoin dominance chart, the market Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D. And as you guys can see, we're really starting to see massive rejections, and of course it could go a little bit higher, but I think the probabilities are really to the downside, and that's what we've been seeing with ETH and Doge and stuff like that, even Solana, rebounding quite heavily in comparison to Bitcoin, that is also doing well, but there's just a little bit more strength in alts right now. So this looks really bearish to me. It looks like it's gonna dip further. It looks like it already tried multiple times to break it, and as you can see, we've had 3 tests and 3 rejections. Really spot on about the same level, and that's exactly 57.62. The high was, like I was saying, about 58, a bit higher. Not even 58, so yeah. We're going to... Yeah, I think the Bitcoin dominance is going to go down from here. Well, the probabilities are really in our favor, and that means that alt season isn't far. You guys should be accumulating and buying spot altcoins, even meme coins and smaller low caps. It's a great moment, perfect opportunity actually. And yeah, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I still hold a lot of Bitcoin, of course, and that's actually a bag that I'm not willing to sell, so I'm not trading Bitcoin for different alts. I prefer holding my Bitcoin, and I've got a bunch of stable coins and other bigger coins that I use to buy meme coins or slower market cap coins like Ethereum. And even there, I even have a big bag of Ethereum that I'm not going to sell or swap until we hit the highs of the bull market, this bull market. So in 2025 probably, or even beginning of 2026. I'd say rather 2025, but we have to see what happens, right? And just adapt and adjust. But yeah, I would be careful if I were you. I always recommend holding mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum, or mainly Bitcoin, especially seeing what's been happening with Bitcoin in the last couple of Ethereum in the last couple of months and years. It's really been underperforming compared to Solana or Bitcoin itself. And we can also check the ETH BTC chart, because here we're going to see that it actually went lower than a box I said, and this is a huge ranged box. So I've set up a huge zone of support, and it even broke lower than that. So, and of course this box was also set for me a while back. I think it was a year ago, about a year ago or something. So as you guys can see, I was really hoping that it would bounce hard from here, and that's also a reason why I started buying more Ethereum than I was buying Bitcoin when we were dropping here. And well, as you guys can see, it underperformed even more than I thought, and we even went lower than this purple box. Well, it's kind of funny on the screen it looks purple, but now that I'm looking on the camera on the phone, it comes out as pink. So yeah, this pink purple box, and that's kind of sad, man. But at the same time, funny enough, it's actually starting to touch this this trend line that I drew also a while back, that goes all the way back to 2015. That's crazy, eh? Even, yeah, even here. Wow. 24th of October 2015. Got this massive trend line that's been respected quite often even here. And now it's actually reaching for it. And it's probably going to bounce from it. As you can see, we have a rejection from this green trend line. But this one only goes back to 2020. And it wasn't really super tight, as you can see. And it's not really a super indicative trend line. It was just one to kind of visualize and see the possibilities. And of course, for me, when I see something like this, that it goes and touches and gets rejected, that's super bearish. So I can use this trend line as an indicator that we're probably from here or here going to go lower. And that would be good to open shorts, or to know that you shouldn't DCA or open longs, but wait for a new bottom, which would be here in the pink box. And as we've seen, here we had a major push. That was for the ETF news. But sadly, since then, I think there was a bunch of manipulation, and we've seen a huge downturn. Funding fees are super important. I don't have a chart on this because I usually go on other websites to check that. I don't have a tab open right now, but I did see that funding fees are turning negative. So funding fees are when they turn negative when most people are shorting, and you actually get paid to open longs because it's not really demanded on the market. And well, all the leverage, the people trading with leverage, they have to borrow the money from someone, and those fees are what the people pay to get the leverage positions, so they can up their position size and trade with leverage. And of course, when funding fees turn negative, it doesn't happen often, but when it happens, it's super bullish, and prices usually tend to go parabolic, or at least a steady uptrend. And funding fees for Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the whole crypto market as a whole have been going down and actually turning negative. And every time we see that, like around these areas, we usually see a major push for at least a few months or a few weeks. So there are really different aspects, whether it be the RSI, technical analysis with the candles, support lines and trends, patterns, or funding fees, or even news. We've got a bunch of stuff that's really bullish, and we can't forget that we're in a bull market. So if I were you, I would definitely start accumulating. If you haven't done that the past couple of months or even year or two. And definitely also consider opening some longs if you're a trader. Stop with the bearish mentality. Obviously, it's really looking super bullish right now. And yeah, the market's gonna go up sooner than later, guys. So this video is way too long already. I just checked 33 minutes. Damn, I wasn't planning on doing it, making it this long. So sorry for that, but I hope you had a bunch of valuable info on this. And of course, you can always fact check me in the future. If you notice that I said a bunch of bullshit, you can always go and roast me. Have fun with that. But as you guys can see, you can go check my video from a month ago. I was telling people that they should wait before opening longs, and that there was a potential for a double bottom. And what did we see? Well, exactly that. So I haven't made any videos since then because I knew the market was kind of choppy and boring. But now that we've had a perfect double bottom and things are going up again and people are opening longs again, I decided it's a great time to make another update video and just start bold posting again. And I hope you guys also watch my video about the crypto airdrops on Telegram with the Telegram games and Telegram bots, because I mentioned 4 games. One of them was Dogs, and Dogs actually did super well. It launched already. We now actually have, I think it was over 45 million users, so it was an incredible launch, and I actually made some good money on that for free. And it was the one app, the one Telegram game or bot, if you can call it so, that actually I spent the less time really doing anything, to be honest. It was super quick. You just had to spend a few minutes, log into Telegram and use the bot. And I personally got about $40 worth of ton. I already sold during the pump just after launch. Since then it's gone down a bit. So that was a good idea to sell. Do I have it short right now? I don't think, I do, wait, perfect. I can show you guys. So this is the dogs chart. Now, as you guys can see, it launched on the 26th of August. So everyone who, I think I made the video on beginning of August. So everybody who jumped on those Telegram games, they got to actually participate in this free airdrop. 3 of the games still haven't launched. So there's still Catizen, Meow Kingdom, and so Catizen, Meow Kingdom, and we have the third one would be Cowtopia. They still haven't launched, so those airdrops are still ongoing. So if you guys haven't watched that video, I'm gonna put a link in the description. Go watch that video, go participate in these free airdrops. It's totally safe. You can just get the Telegram in-app wallet and set that up without any funds, so you don't have to be scared that you're gonna get drained. Your wallet's not gonna get drained, it's not gonna get hacked. You can just use a wallet without any funds on it and claim these airdrops then, and actually get your first TON coins from the TON blockchain, participating in these airdrops instead of buying with real money. So that's a great way to get started on a new blockchain. And those who did watch that video and participate, they've already gotten 1 airdrop. Most people got between $20 and I'd say $50 worth. So congrats to everyone who did get this airdrop. And as you can see, it was actually quite insane because I thought it was going to drop after the first day. Like there was probably going to be 1 day of pumping and then drop, but it didn't. It kept pumping like crazy for about 4 days and only then started dropping. I actually sold around here. I think it was on the first or the second day. No, it was on the second day, I can remember. With a friend of mine, we actually were on a phone call and discussing when we would sell, and he actually even opened a short. I was also thinking about opening a short, and yeah, that's exactly the level I was selling. Exactly. Between 12 and 13 cents. I even tried to sell it on a DEX that was at 16, 17 cents, I remember, on launch day. But that DEX actually, Telegram was bugging and I couldn't send my dog's tokens from my wallet, Telegram wallet, to the TonSpace wallet I have that was required to actually connect to the DEX and the DApp of the decentralized exchange. So I really wanted to sell at 17 cents. There was a huge difference and there was possibility for some arbitrage, but it was bugging and it was so crazy. So many people were claiming. So that kind of fucked up. Nonetheless, I still got a nice price. I made about $40 around this mark. And since then the price has dropped. And right now I'm actually eyeballing this and I'm going to use most of the TON I made, so those $40 that I got for free, to buy back in. Honestly, I think it's possible we go lower or at least visit these levels of 97 here. It's like not even 1 cent, it's not even a tenth of 1 cent. So I think we might go see these levels or even go lower, maybe to like something like this right down here. Not guaranteed. I'm actually going to DCA back in. If we do see these levels, I'm probably gonna deploy about half or a quarter at least back in from the ton I made. And if we keep dipping further, I'm just gonna add to it. And of course spot, I'm not trading this with leverage. I'm going in spot, and of course on a self-custodial wallet, not on a centralized exchange. I prefer decentralized exchanges and self-custodial wallets and dApps and stuff like that. I love messing around with that stuff. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about buying dogs, I would wait a bit. If you have dogs but haven't sold from the airdrop, I wouldn't necessarily sell. I would keep it, because probably in the next coming days, or if not days, maybe weeks or months, there's going to be a huge push to the upside again. And I think we're probably going to get a new all-time high. Because these airdrops, they always have an initial dip. Usually it dips way faster than this, so this is super bullish, seeing that it pumped for like 3 to 4 days. It's super bullish, even though a bunch of people got free money for doing nothing. So in most cases, for free airdrops with that many users, a lot of people are greedy and just want to sell and get their money. And seeing this price action is actually super bullish. So I think we're gonna have a massive pump in the coming weeks or months. Yeah, that would be the dogs chart. This is the daily on Binance, and yeah, just waiting to buy back. And that's that. I'm going to make a video, guys, about as soon as the other airdrops also will also go live and launch and get listed. And I'm going to compare how much money I made per game, and also how much time I spent for each game, so you guys can see what these airdrops and these games actually brought, and if they were worth it. If you guys want to participate, don't wait on that video, because it's already going to be too late. There are a bunch of Telegram games, there are literally hundreds of them that are planning airdrops right now. Go watch the video, at least join those those three that are still available on my older video. And if you want, you can also go and find some other ones. There are a bunch that are available. You won't have too much problems finding more. The only problem you'd have is having enough time to join them all. So that's why I only limit myself to a few, and I spend my time doing the other stuff. I don't want to spend too much time with these airdrops. I've also got airdrops that have nothing to do with GameFi, so like Bearer Chain and stuff like that I've been participating, and like protocol and platform DApp usage and platform stuff that are also doing airdrops in the future, that are a bit more technical and more crypto savvy people. But yeah, I'd say these Telegram games and bots are really the easiest airdrops I've seen, and they really work, and they really give you something. Even though it's not much, it's still something. Be grateful for these $40, because it's basically just spending a few minutes of your time, so it's really worth it. And it lets you get into the new blockchain and get coins, native coins for free, without having to do much, so you can test out the network. So guys, this video is already way too long, like seriously. I'm super sorry, but I hope you in all of this, and I hope you can use this for your crypto journey. I'm gonna make some more crypto update videos, of course, as always. And bye guys, have a nice day. Bye bye.